Hi, my name is Anna McConnell, and I'm here to do a book talk on two books. The first book that I want to talk to you about is Tree Girl. Tree Girl is by Ben Michelson, and it's a historical fiction. This historical fiction takes place in Guatemala in the 1980s in the jungle. Specifically, it's about an indigenous population of people. Gabby, who is the main character, is a 16-year-old girl who has learned how to climb trees in order to survive some of the violent crimes that are occurring. During this time, the Guatemalan army went against some of these indigenous people by going into the villages and destroying them, pillaging them, and killing everyone that was there. Well, in Gabby's case, her entire family, except for her little sister, were killed. And she came into the village one day and saw that everyone had died, and she found her little sister Alicia by the side of the water and was able to help her get back to normal. As the story evolves, Gabby decides that there's only one thing for them to do, and that is to cross over to the Mexican border in order to survive and live, because there were camps set up in Mexico for these families that were trying to run from the army, the Guatemalan army that was trying to kill them. So on her way, she comes across another village, and just as she was trying to get some food to eat, she sees that the Guatemalan army is coming again. So she runs up to a tree and stays there for several days while this army just destroys the town, kills everything in sight, and then after they're completely done, they leave. This is 2 days. Gabby is ashamed of herself for being up on the tree and not helping anyone. Included, she had left her sister behind and didn't know if she had made it or not. So she survives that and decides to move on into Mexico, gets to the camps, and things start to look up. Now, towards the end of this story, some happy things do happen to Gabby, and so we're glad to see that in the end there is a little hope that things will get better. And the other story that I read, called The Skin I'm In, it's about a little girl, Malika, who's in 7th grade, who's very dark-skinned, and she's very embarrassed because of her dark skin. And her mother makes her clothes, so it's very embarrassing to her to go to school. She decides that she wants to fit in and gets close to the toughest girl in school, and realizes in the end of the story that she needs to just be herself and not be afraid of who she is and love herself. These two stories kind of come together for me because I feel as if both are strong female leads that survive in the end. And they both have to endure racism, they both have to endure some form of discrimination. And in the end, they both learn that being themselves and doing what they have to do to do the right thing and survive is the best. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
From your recent trip to Guatemala and what you read in the story, do you see any similarities as far as the setting and the people or anything else?
Yes, absolutely. There are tons of similarities with where I was in Guatemala. I definitely saw many people that still dress like the indigenous people from this story, with their huipils and their corte, which is the skirt and the shirt that the women wear. So there are people that are still using the same sort of clothing. And I also talked to a few of them, and there is still a lot of discrimination towards them. So they are still trying to fight the discrimination. So, any other questions? All right, well, thank you very much, and hopefully you'll both get a chance to read these two stories. Thank you.